And hello and welcome back again to the A Link to the Past Randomizer League. I am Rywick, and I'm accompanied tonight by In the Name of DT. Hi, DT.
Hello, Rywick.
How you doing?
Doing great. We've got a race between two good buddies of ours, so one of them happens to be your teammate, but we're going to ignore that for the next two, maybe?
Wow.
Three,
Okay.
I don't know, however long this is going to take. How long is this going to take? It's mystery, right? We don't know.
We have no idea. No one can know. There is no way to tell. Okay, there are a few tells just in the menu here, just by looking at it right here. We do not have our boots to start with. We know there's Enemizer. If our runners have looked at the intro text, there's actually some hints in there too for entrance and inverted, but we don't know yet.
And that was actually something new to me. Like, you were talking about that, like, pre-commentary just a little bit, and that was actually not information that I was aware of.
Oh, you did not know? Okay, well,
no,
did you know that when you have a mystery seed, let's say that it's inverted, it will actually say at the very beginning of your intro text, welcome back, A Link to the Past, Randomizer, something, inverted. So, that's your first hint. When it comes to entrance, if there's no entrance, it will say you have to gather all the crystals necessary to be Ganon. But in entrance, it will say all seven crystals to be Ganon, because it hasn't been updated. So we know if there's entrance or not, just by looking at the intro text.
Well, that is just super valuable information to know, and I suspect others learned it as well. So we've got a bunch of rupees off of the tree pole, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And we do at least have some sort of an entrance, because that is the well where the uncle is supposed to be, and the uncle is definitely not there.
Yep. So there's only two possible entrances allowed in this mystery seed. So it's either simple entrance or it's cross keys. It's definitely not simple, I think. Yeah, definitely not simple. We have a cross entrance right away. Confirmation by going through Hyrule Castle entrance.
You know, you have to wonder just how prepared are they for this.
I'm worried about my tracker right now.
Oh yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Shout out to Soulful 2044 for trying to keep up with this as we go throughout wonderful Cross Keys expedition.
Mm-hmm. Good luck and thank you.
And speaking of keys, we do have fylion about to pick up his first of the match, a small key for Pod. 6 of those altogether, so good to have at least one early. You never know where you'll find Pod. Could be
we don't know
couple
for
of items.
Sure if it's a full key sanity, so it just might be the small keys that are shuffled. But, you know, things can happen. Because each and every small keys, big keys, maps, and compasses are all shuffled individually. So it could be just small keys and maps, it could be small keys and big keys, it could be small keys all alone.
You know, it's really cool to have that sort of versatility with it, because there was a time when it was just an all-or-nothing kind of thing.
Pretty much. I mean,
you know, having the flexibility in these options, you know, provides basically gameplay for everybody. If you really wanted to get into the customizer, go for it.
Yep, all the options are out there. I mean, there's some that are really crazy. I mean, did you know there's a 168 setting?
A 168 setting?
Yes, the 168 setting means that you have all the items in your starting inventory, except the only thing you have to do, it's a Triforce hunt, and open all the chests in the game.
Wow, you know, I thought that you were going to tell me it was like you versus 167 other links, and every time you kill an enemy, it sends another enemy to someone else's screen.
Hey, this is not Highlander.
This is also not Mario 35, I guess, but that would be cool. We can dream.
We can dream.
So
we've had our runners basically go left and right, and not find much. We've found a small key. Oh god, DT, why? This is because of you. The mouse is because of you.
That had absolutely nothing to do with me. I actually...
Lies!
I would never. I am very serious. Anyway, cross keys is fun. So,
Well,
I don't know what we're going to see and when we're going to see it. Ninban taking advantage of this tier 1 pull, getting another set of 80 rupees. Fylion doing the same.
fylion, yeah, definitely going to be doing that. He got his bomb, so he'll be able to do his back of the well that he's found out.
This is a good play. 5 quick items. One of my favorite things to have some money for early in cross keys is if you find the Lake Hylia fairy fountain and you just purchase a bomb upgrade right away. It just gives you a little bit of extra comfort for the early game.
I mean,
bombs
I can't
are so
agree
useful
more.
in so many places, and
yeah, I can't agree more. Bombs are incredibly useful. As soon as you enter the entrance level of randomizer, you realize you need a lot of bombs. There's a lot more entrances than you think there are.
Well, we've got confirmation on Big Key Shuffle. There was a Big Key from Meyer. 300 rupees. Fylion also picked up a glove from the first chest of the well. As Ninban's going to get a little bit of dungeon info for a Dark World dungeon.
So we have map, small key, and big key shuffle. Not entirely sure about the compasses.
Yeah, who needs them?
Nah, who needs? Okay.
Whatever. But yeah, you'll see these runners continuing to check these drop-down locations. Usually good for a couple of quick items. Also good to be able to, by process of elimination, find out what is at the pyramid hole. Like, for instance, you don't want to see the well there, because you're pretty much never getting those 5 items. And of course, they're also trying to find out where Ganon is going to wind up to.
To be perfectly honest, I would rather know that the well is at the pyramid hole, because I would not want Ganon to be at the pyramid hole. That could require an entire trek up Ganon's tower, which nobody wants.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think all in all, just having the information and being able to put all the drop-downs together early is good to have, no matter which way you have it. We saw Ice Palace as well at the Fortune Teller? Yeah, the Kakariko Fortune Teller, and Blind's House just moved a little bit. So just another quick item haul here for Ninban that Fylion isn't too far away from, but we'll see how he routes this with that glove. It's so easy to get distracted in entrance when you find like a connector or something that just sinks another couple of minutes from you, or you pop out of the Pyramid Fairy doorway and you can't go back in. It's like,
honestly, what I find most distracting when it comes to cross entrance is actually the dungeons. Personally, I do not like delving in dungeons that early. I like to map out my overworld as much as I can, especially the light world. It's like, yes, Eastern's right there, but what if in the house right next over there was the bow and
what if? You know what though? The what ifs in this game have absolutely no limits.
That's true.
Like, I would actually take an opposite take on this. I actually like what Fylion's doing here. Especially because it's Eastern and there's really like no restriction to it. You can get the first few things. It's not like it's desert where there's other entrances that'll distract you, or maybe I don't know. That's just how I play. Like,
sorry, I gotta vomit a little bit. We found early GT. I despise finding early GT in a cross entrance. It's just a way to get back here and make like 8 different trips depending on items that you find. It feels so taxing in time.
It's an interesting one because you find the correct set of an item or two and suddenly you've got like another 4 things you can check.
Well, you combine that with the small keys that are in the shuffle, and like, oh, I've got 1 small key that unlocks right side. Okay, I can do tile room. Come back later. Oh, hey, I have a fire rod. Do complete right side. Oh, hey, so on and so forth. It just gets more and more demanding about coming back, and like, when do you come back? And do you come back often? Do you come back immediately?
Yes, every time, immediately.
Really?
Because, well, I don't know. Maybe it's the right thing to do. Only way to find out is to do it.
That's true, but like in most efficient manner, it's difficult to tell. It's like if they had the flute, I'd be 100% in agreement with you if they had the flute, because it's in Blind's hut, so easy to get back to if you have the flute. But they don't. So do you walk back from the sanctuary every time you find 1 item progression that can get you a little further in GT?
I mean, the serious answer is that it's a game of balance, right? It depends on where it is. It depends on what else you have. Like, if you find that fire rod and you can go through right side, then do you do that, or do you go beat, like, I don't know, Ice Palace or something that's a crystal. I don't know. It's just
And
everything is situational in every mode in this game, but especially cross keys.
And it's also a question to be asked. Do you sequence break GT? Because as soon as you get that one hammer, you can clear the full left side if you know how to bomb jump, or if you know how to use your boots properly.
That's true. But speaking of forks in the road, finding Desert Palace, this is one of my least, like, as much as I like dipping dungeons early, this is my least favorite dungeon to find early, just because of the other exits. Like, you don't know where it's going to spit you out. And then that could lead to another fork, and lead to another fork, or a sword in this case.
Ooh, a very nice sword indeed.
Still stab food with it, I guess, but...
Mm-hmm. Now, I do wish that when it came to cross entrance, they left the hints. Oh, that's a second sword right next to the first sword?
It sure is.
But yeah, when it came to entrance, I wish they had left the hints on. I feel like when it comes to cross entrance, hints are much more valuable and would like save some time, because you will get into all those caverns that give you hints, all those weird little hands and parrots and
the storytellers.
The storytellers.
The hamburger helper. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish they had left those in, because yes, they cost rupees.
My opinion is that it definitely reduces the headache a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to have that little bit of knowledge. Palace of Darkness for Ninban. We'll make one quick check here anyway. We got a bottled bee from Sick Kid for fylion.
So, the Sick Kid gave him the bee that the Sick Kid was requesting.
Yes. He was so happy that he got it that he had no problem giving it away.
Oh god, no! Ninban! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Hey man, this is your teammate.
No! Oh my god, he promised me! He promised me he wouldn't mimic clip! He promised me! Okay, a little bit of context. Last league season, Ninban was again, I think it was Zelgadison, and he decided, I'm gonna do mimic clip. It took him 13 minutes!
Yeah, but that was like last season, right?
He promised me not to do Mimic Clip. He promised at the very beginning of the season. I reminded him before this specific match I was going to commentate that he was not going to do Mimic Clip. He swore I would never. It breaks my remote. I didn't even get a replacement remote. I could never even possibly do Mimic Clip. And yet, here he is.
Well, I hope your stopwatch is going then. Like I said, this is your teammate. We'll just watch what fylion's doing in the meantime.
Let's do that, because he's been here 20 seconds and no progress.
Would it make you feel better if I told you I don't know how to mimic clip?
No.
No?
I just don't want Ninban to do it.
I'm trying, Rywick. I'm trying to give you something here. So, for those of you...
you know what? Listen, the cat just appeared at the right timing. She's in front of the monitor, right exactly in front of Ninban. I can only see 5 now.
Fair enough. In that case, let's take a moment to remind our friendly people in chat what we're watching at this point. As far as we know, this is just regular cross keys at this point. We don't know anything more than that. We haven't seen any evidence of...
Actually, have we seen a compass yet?
We have not seen a compass, but like I said,
might not be shuffled. Yeah. So
they do serve a purpose. Let's see what else. We probably have some sort of a boss shuffle, don't we?
We have Enemizer, but I'll be honest, I haven't been taking a look at the... Oh, right. Enemy HP and damage have not been fluctuated, so it has to be Boss Miser.
Oh,
wait,
you did it.
Go ahead.
In much less than 12 minutes, or however long.
Yes, he better not come back. He better not do that.
I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. So there's a vanilla pod small. That's actually really nice to find, because he can death warp back to the beginning and go for another chest or two. And there's a compass from Meyer, so there we go. We do know that this is like full cross keys.
Yep. Full cross keys, but we don't know what the objective is yet. We don't even have... Well, we technically have Dark Hole access, but we don't have Pyramid access yet. So we don't know what our objective is.
We don't know fast cannon. We don't know how many crystals it may be.
Heck, if we had the book, we could check the pedestal, see if it was a pedestal goal, but still, that's not much info to go on.
So, still some unknowns. We'll figure it out as we go. That's the fun of mystery.
So Ninban does unlock 2 more chest accesses within pod by going over on the right side. But I'm not sure it was worth it yet.
And just a little bit of money, so nothing coming from that at all.
Mm-mm. So let's talk about our runners actually a bit. So what do you know about, I don't know, fylion? He seems like a good guy.
He is a fantastic friend. He's interrupting that thought for a moment to say that there is a bow at the race game, but we cannot get there yet.
Yeah.
What do you know about Ninban?
What do I know? Well, he is a fantastic friend.
You know what?
But yeah.
What better pair for a race could we have than 2 great buddies?
That's true. What I can say, actually, is I actually have a record for Ninban. I researched everything I could find for every tournament when it came to Ninban, and I found a lot. But when it comes to fylion seems to, like, just take it easy when it comes to rando, you know? Just participate here and there. The last actually known participation I saw from fylion was from 2018.
That might be correct. You know what? I don't know, but you have the records there. I trust you on this.
Oh, let me look them up. So let's see. We have fylion, who actually, let's see. He participated in main tournament 2019. Okay, sorry. Participated in main tournament 2019. He was 83 in the qualifiers. Participated in fall 2018, spring 2018, fall 2017. But he hasn't participated in any other tournament that I've found. When it comes to Ninban's insane. Like, he participated in almost every tournament that I could find, and always ranking very high. So, already off the bat, I placed my advantage on Ninban. But that doesn't mean anything when it comes to crossbows.
Absolutely not. It means very little. These 2 runners have been playing for a very long time. I've seen them for several years each now. And, you know what?
What?
They both know the game.
Yes.
So,
I should hope so.
Okay.
I should hope so. They're in the league.
They're in the...
What I can say, when it comes to the league, Ninban has a hard losing streak.
Wow.
It's really weird, but like, he can place like 3rd in a tournament, but when it comes to the league, he will lose against a newbie when like somebody who just started last week. Honestly, when it comes to the league, he really doesn't have that luck, or he's concentrated too much on like outperforming or like metagaming. I don't know what goes on in his head, but it's unfortunately, it does not lead to produce results.
You know, between different tournaments, different formats and everything, that can lead to a different runner mentality very easily. So maybe there's some of that. I can't speak to it, but I mean, I can actually, because I've played in a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. But anyway, we found Mirror and Bombos as we've actually been going through the rest of these Kakariko entrances, and where fylion is right now is a great spot to find bombs. Never a bad thing to find the Graveyard Ledge Cave.
Ninban's weird paradox. I'm a little thinking like, I don't know, 5 versus actually 7 versus 1. Screw the bombs. I'm a little surprised that they found the mirror this late. Like, I'm saying this late, and we're 17 minutes in, but it's the back of the bar. It's actually a one good thing when it comes to cross or any entrance randomizer. The bar will always be at the bar. So that's one guaranteed item. Whenever it comes to guaranteed overworld items, I tend to rush towards them. You get to the village, you know what? I'm not gonna go into every single one of these houses until I've done the back of the bar. I don't know what your opinion is on that.
I think it depends on where I'm coming into the village from. Like, it's usually, like, if I come in from the north, I'm checking those north entrances. If I come in from the south, the bar's pretty much right there. So that's my take. Like I said, I'm a very easily distracted cross-keys player, so like if I find a fork in the road, that's a problem for me. But usually I'm pretty thorough about checking the entrances.
So this is where we differ. So like you go down, I am methodic. I will say, oh hey, there's a fork, I will go down neither, I'll come back later. And you will go down, and you might get lucky, you might get unlucky, you might end up, I don't know, in front of Turtle Rock without a moon pearl.
That's a fun one. And
but you
despite
might
our
also
preferences,
end up in a place where, hey, there's boots.
our preferences aside, it does seem so far like these runners have taken more of the thorough approach to things for
Oh
what
my.
they've found so far. Diving into dungeons. I wanted to say jumping and diving at the same time. It came out as dumping. You're not doing that in the dungeons, I hope.
I'm timing fylion here now.
You do that.
I'm
Let Ninban know in the interview.
I will. Oh, you have no idea how much I will.
I'm just excited to see the rest of the world. Ninban's going to check this other paradox entrance or exit, because the first one he went through took him out of Link's Bonk Rocks, which that's one of the spots you can't go back in right now. So
no. It might be useful for a connector later to get to wherever this is.
Mm-hmm. Hera, that's actually great.
That's really good. Top of the mountain, Tower of Hera. You have access to the right side of Eastern Death Mountain. If you have the hammer, you have the entirety of Western Death Mountain at your fingertips, plus Western Dark Death Mountain. Honestly, that is an excellent connector. As soon as you find the boots, like, this is a great place to go.
That just sounds like math. You've got this, plus this, plus this, plus this, and it equals cross keys, Ryback.
Yes. So when we're doing cross keys, cross doors. I mean, so back to this game.
No, that was a castle tower key, which hopefully they take good notes if they find castle tower, because that seems to be one spot like I always forget to write down. Have we seen the old man cave yet by chance, or is that one of those we're gonna save him and then we'll have a new save and quit option too? Because we will get some real nice Dark World options from that too.
We haven't seen him yet. We will see the end side of it. I do like Ninban's approach here. He decides to go through the Dark World, and then he'll mirror into the Light World to do these checks. That does avoid him unless he goes back up. But it would have avoided him all those cabbages falling down. He does have a ton of health, so he does have to be careful.
A little bit confused as to why Ninban wasn't checking the southwest Dark exit, though.
I guess he's trying to do... oh, well, there's the old man.
There's the old man, so...
I will not question Ninban's methods. I'm just going to say Ninban's methods is what are going to win him this race. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm confident.
We can only have one winner, so it'll go one way or another.
For sure.
I was thinking like Ninban was going to take the bunny spread all the way down to that doorway and then mirror in front of it and just kind of chronologically check all these entrances, but we'll see what the old man's going to give us. Like I said, this will bring us to give us the option of a third save and quit point, which can lead to some really interesting routing. We found the school here, which we're not going to today. I don't know what it actually is. It's got like a bunch of tables and a teacher or something. Bottom of Spiral Cave. Fylion's still going through desert. And Ninban going to be checking the rest of these Death Mountain loading zones. So Fylion found his way back to the Dark World. Too bad it wasn't on top of Bumper Ledge. That would have been a really convenient spot to go to. But without a Moon Pearl, not a lot we can do. However, because this is cross keys, of course, it can be in logic to have it go from place to place. Find another connector to get somewhere else and whatnot. That one's no good. That's not going to help us. That was part of Spectacle. And looks like Fylion's just going to take a death while Ninban's going through Thieves Town. Got these first four. I don't believe we've seen the big key. In fact,
not yet.
We haven't.
But yeah, we have found a number of entrances to dungeons, none of which we can complete. But it's nice to be able to map them out. I don't know if anybody's interested in different trackers, but depending on the trackers that you're using for entrance, like, it can be kind of vital. Ninban, not known to be using trackers, so I hope he is using one. The one that I know that he's using is Big Dunkas, but I'm not sure it actually has an entrance component to it.
I see. Now, I'm wondering if fylion might have noticed the bow on the race game ledge a few minutes back, and that's why he's heading down this way right away with the mirror.
Another Hera.
That would be my guess.
Well, he's not dropping down. Yeah, he's definitely grabbing that.
Go ahead. You first, please. No, Ryback, go, talk. It's fine.
There's a bow! He has 15 seconds. There's my thing.
Plenty of time. You could have spent a few more seconds on it.
Please.
7 more seconds, in fact. What was I saying?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you mentioned that, like, we're finding a bunch of dungeons we can't beat. In some cases, we can't do anything in such a swamp that we just found Ice Palace a little bit earlier, too. Double dipping dungeons doesn't ever really feel great, but I think it gets a much greater pass in a mode like this, where, I mean, you know you're going to find them, for one thing. But going through them, like, we've seen the runners go through parts of Pod, fylion went through Eastern, choosing... He is going to go through Hera. I know what he's trying to do.
What is he trying to do?
He's trying to Super Bunny into here. If you mirror and enter at the same frame, you will be Super Bunny. You see this not commonly, but you'll see it with, like, Mire-Shed, for instance.
No, you're absolutely right. I hadn't realized that he was Super Bunnying because I was seeing the Link sprite, and like, oh, right, he doesn't have the Moon Pearl. That's the bunny form of Dark Link.
Right, so he'll be able to die down here and then actually come back as regular Link.
That's right.
And just do a little bit more. Or you can just keep going through. Which is fine, too. I don't think Ninban got anything good out of Super Bunny Cave just now, but we'll see where it goes to. But yep, fylion realizing the problem with what he just did, in that he lost the Super Bunny state.
I mean, it wasn't necessary to do that. He could have just killed himself. To be able to put himself in Link state.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the staircase or the fact that he took damage down there that
when you take damage when you're in Super Bunny form, you lose the Super Bunny. But he could have gone into Link state and grabbed the chest at the back.
Yeah, and that's what I expected him to do.
Yeah, but he might not be familiar with Link state. Link state is oftentimes seen when you're doing cross keys or if you're doing multi-world with people. I don't know how familiar fylion is when it comes to cross keys, though.
I would say familiar enough. At least once a year, every December 31st.
That's still not that much experience. Ninban is actually known for cross keys. Like, he does a fair number of these. I think he participated in cross keys tournament as well. Like, he's known for exploring as many modes as he can. Like, he's an intense player. I don't know why he ever got into tournament organization, because honestly, like, he's a better player. He should spend all his energy on that. Not to say he's a bad tournament organizer, it just means that it distracted him from being a better player. Sorry.
I understood what you meant.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it was clear when Ninban was rewatching this.
It seems like you're both going to wind up having some words for each other after this.
Oh, yes.
And that's okay. So we're still waiting to really find anything majorly new here. Like, Ninban's just going back to the well, which fylion did just a bit ago.
Yeah.
fylion is trying to take a look at some new locations that we haven't seen yet. It really depends on the way the seed goes. There's another dungeon we can't do anything in but enter. Whether or not finding a location next or finding a certain item next is going to be the big thing. Since we have such ready Dark World access, though, that Moon Pearl is going to be something they want to find very soon.
Are we sure that they need to find it, though? Because, once again, with Bunny, with Super Bunny, with Link State, like, we saw for fylion, he might not know exactly about Link State, but I know Ninban does. So he might be able to complete, like, Terra Hera without that, without needing the Moon Pearl. Well, let's say that he found the hookshot, for example, but that with Herapod. But oh no, Ninban, why?
Why not?
Oh, because if he had exited the well and gone back through the entrance of Hyrule Castle, he would have ended up near the Village of Outcasts, and he could have gotten his bow as well.
There's another one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, he doesn't need it immediately.
Mhm.
I'm not sure he found Eastern yet.
I don't believe so. I am
And even if he
personally,
did,
actually no, because Eastern was, I want to say, the Death Mountain Ascent, and Ninban did not have a glove his first time in that area like fylion did.
I'm actually curious. Sorry,
Oh,
Sokol,
go ahead.
our dear tracker. You wouldn't be happening to be tracking entrances as well, are you? Probably not, but just in case, I'd rather ask. That would be a no. Okay.
Well, finding the castle is neat though. Did we ever? Yeah, we saw the drop down for this, so we've already done the back of escape. I was gonna say some people actually like to steal that first key from the blue guard and just go straight to the back.
I mean, it is more chests than it is from the back, from the front. Sorry, because you would only be able to see 2 chests in the front versus the 3 at the back. But considering that the placement of the sanctuary, you only need a glove to be able to visit those. They wouldn't need to steal it.
You know, on the note of drop downs, real quick, you know what we haven't seen is I don't think we've seen Ganon.
We haven't. We haven't. Have they checked Magic Bat Hole or just the front end?
Yes, I believe that was Uncle.
So, are we thinking that Ganon? Oh, the boots!
Yes, Ganon has the boots. That is correct.
No. Well, not anymore. Not
anymore. I don't know if we've seen the fairy fountain east of the graveyard either. We may have. I could have easily missed that.
I think fylion checked that because he seemed to be going for holes really fast. But yeah, having those boots, every second with those boots is an advantage Ninban is taking and getting. Plus, not only that, he has a very easy way to get back up Death Mountain with those bonk rocks next to Link House.
That's true, through Paradox. Hyrule Castle was... I lose track of Cross Key so easily. Hyrule Castle was Mini Maldorm Cave? Is that where Ninban entered from?
I don't know.
It's somewhere right near where fylion is now, so there's a chance
so
that
saying yes. Oh, look at that! Look at that other exit. That is such a great Death Mountain access, honestly.
That really is. That is so convenient.
So, Mini Maldorm Cave and Bonk Rocks near Link's house are excellent places to go with the with regards to going to Death Mountain. That's awesome. So yeah. So Ninban will have gotten his boots for like a minute before fylion does. Fine. Maybe 2. 3? Something like that. But it's still a slight advantage that he got.
And Ether for the TR medallion, probably something that we won't end up seeing. I mean, we might see Ether. We probably won't go in that entrance. But no, I like checking it though. Just get the knowledge in case you do need to.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not dependent of power that you find. You're looking for crystals here. We think.
We don't know.
Don't know.
When are we going to find out? It could be a little bit still.
It's difficult. At least we know that the bunny can read signs. So if ever they find an entrance to the Dark World on the east side, they could go read it.
I think this is an interesting routing choice from Ninban right now. Deciding to drop down and get these Super Bunny cave checks, more or less, Finding Laser Bridge, it's actually a really, really nice thing to find.
I mean, I'll agree with you that it would have been nicer if he had grabbed a drop down like Spiral Cave or whatever that cave is, which is mirrored to Mimic to Rock Cave. That middle hole.
Yeah, the reverse safety door, basically.
Yeah, the reverse safety door.
Yeah, because that would have gotten him another 2, but I guess this gets him 2, so it's kind of a wash.
Yeah, I mean,
you can have to multi-trip this anyway.
Yeah, he can definitely easily get back here. It's not the end of the world.
No, like you said, it is a very convenient location.
Yeah, here comes.
There's still several other entrances to check over here.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, with these boots too, how soon is someone going to prioritize getting that second sword off of the Desert Torch?
It's not really a priority, except when it comes to tablets, honestly. Tablets and the entrance to Castle Tower. Like, that's the only priority that you have when it comes to sword, when it comes to cross keys. We know both of these runners are professionals. Okay, maybe not professionals. They don't make money off of this. But they're very good. So swords are not a priority when it comes to being able to execute well. It's not a priority to go get it unless they're in go mode, and that's a sword that they need to begin in.
See, the one reason I could think of adding some value to that sword, I don't know if Ninban actually checked the other desert exits. I'm pretty sure fylion did. So you could easily route that in, even just as a theoretical. Like, if you know the sword's there, you could route that in while simultaneously checking another exit, and that's actually a pretty good thing, too.
5 Crystal Center GT, that's information that we just acquired, which is nice. But I would agree with you, except I wouldn't want to go back into Desert, in front of Desert, without a small key or a big key at the very least. It feels like a waste of time, even if it's like a cross entrance, because you're going to find those anyway.
That is fair. Mm-hmm. Personally, I just don't like leaving any loose ends open. So, like, if I know that Desert has 3 exits, and I've got 2 of them, I really want that third.
Yeah, I'm not...
Vitor, you really should, and all the other guys who made this possible, go thank them. I've never seen that text in this game.
Really?
Ninban is too... Yeah, I mean, I don't exactly stop and talk to the guy if I'm in a race.
I mean, you would if you were fast, because the only reason that he caught up with him is because as soon as he got close to him, it stopped his boot movement, so he had to restart it right away. And unfortunately, he caught up with him. So you have to be fast.
You just have to be... That's what that is. That's my problem. I'm just... Okay. So...
You just gotta be fast, UT.
I'll take it. I have no other response. Somewhere along the way, Ninban got a couple of pod smalls, so this is actually a really, really cool check right now.
Yep, I agree with that. Although, out of logic, very cool.
The more I find that the more complex the mode gets, like, breaking logic can be an even better thing, as long as you can understand, like, if we find something here that is out of logic, you piece together where the thing to get it could or couldn't be. Like that hook shot, for instance. Like, I don't know. What does that tell us? Like, I think logic breaks in a mode like this are generally safer, but you still have to be able to kind of backtrack it in your mind and try and piece it together as you go. Oh, hey, finally just got the sword I was talking about.
I guess he needed it. Aww.
Maybe he's just not such a pro.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can mimic clip faster with it, or I don't know. Like, he's trying to show you up.
Well, when it comes to mimic clip, it's taking me a while because I'm very distracted because I'm trying to look at the game so much. I'm trying to go time back how much time it took exactly each runner to do the mimic clip. I've calculated Ninban, but I still have to calculate fylion.
Got it.
See which one was faster.
Well, nothing else in the back of pod. fylion just a moment or two behind Ninban in terms of getting this hook shot in a moment. And then, almost 40 minutes in, there's really no notable differences at this point. The bow, I guess, would be the big one.
The sword, the bow.
I thought the sword didn't matter, Rywak.
It doesn't matter, but when it comes to... You said notable differences. They are notable. We have a tracker right in front of us.
You're responding to my words literally, and I appreciate that. And Phylion's really going to appreciate that when he watches this back. This is good fun. So,
okay, Ninban's going over. He's gonna go grab his bow.
And find Tower of Hera as well. So
Yeah.
Wonderful Seed. Oh, he just got it first try, not even knowing this is going to be Hera. I guess that's cool.
That's what you should be doing, honestly. Every time you go into, if you know how to do it, that way you don't have to get back out and do it again.
Finally, in a little bit of trouble with the hammer yump. Just got to reset that room. Those tiles are gone right now. And Ninban taking the Death Warp, so we'll get some Dungeon Bunny revival and go on through as if normal.
Alright, I've tabulated how much time it has taken both runners to do their mimic clips, respectively.
Let's hear it, why not?
I don't know, should we keep it towards the end for the interview?
You know what, that's fair. Keep it in your back pocket. You can reveal it to both of them at the same time and...
And tell Ninban, not worth it! I mean, might be worth it.
Might be worth it. Okay, so a small key to Skull was in the back here, so
nothing Phylion's missing.
Yeah, nothing major here.
But with the hook shot and the boots that Ninban has, he can complete Hera.
He can. So that'll be good for another 2 items. We'll get our first glimpse at a dungeon reward. Yeah,
it could be our first crystal, it could be our first pendant. Either could be good. We still don't know what the objective is.
We don't. We've got no access to... Yeah, you don't have the big key, though, Ninban. We do not have access to the pyramid yet. No access to East Dark World via connectors or hammer, glove, moon pearls. Nothing, really.
Nothing.
So we're still waiting on that. Not super uncommon for cross keys either. I should note that. This happens.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Vitreous. Well, this'll... Kind of wishes he had that bone.
No,
but
maybe, but it's actually not so bad. I wish he had stayed on the upper platform, honestly. Did you know if you defeat all of Vitreous's... Oh, god damn it, no. If you defeat all of Vitreous's small eyes on the upper platform, he won't move after that. He'll just shoot lasers. So you could just stand above him and just slash at him while he does those.
That's interesting. I know that Enemizer leads to some oddities with bosses in certain rooms, and I guess that's one that I was not familiar with. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, so if you manage to... it's just one easy thing. So you only have to deal with the eyeballs. You never have to deal with the lightning bolts if you're still on the above ledge when you go up to the Tower of Hera. And once you kill them all, you just jump down, go behind the eye. No thunderbolts can hit you, and thus you can just take him out.
Alright, and speaking of taking him out, I assume that Ninban's just going to go right back in now with that bow. Vitreous is not going to be an issue.
No, I wouldn't think he would. It's not a priority. It's just one item. He doesn't know if it's a crystal or anything. Oh, really?
You know what? I like this, personally. What are the odds that we have, okay, probably none, but...
None.
Even if we have 1 or 2 crystal fast cannon or something,
we can't. It's minimum 3 crystal.
Okay, even if we have 3 crystal fast cannon, this is still it could be a crystal, and that speeds things up.
Okay.
I don't know.
In that specific circumstance, alright. The odds are incredibly low. But possible.
Honestly, even if it was 7/7 crystals cannon, I like the play, personally.
Let me look this up again. Sorry, let me look this up again. Oh my god, there is actually a possibility. Okay, sorry, I misspoke. Entrance can be 0 crystals. Whenever there's entrance that's there, it's possible that Ganon could be 0 crystal fast Ganon. It is possible. I don't recommend it, but possible. There's a 2% chance.
That would be really interesting, considering that we do have Master Sword and a lamp, so... we're not going to put our eggs in that basket, though.
Just in case, I'm going to send you the weights via PM.
I have them, thank you.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I do. I do like Phylion's routing here. There's not a whole lot of Light World options left at this point. I don't believe that he's seen... No, he has seen East Death Mountain because he was up on the island ledge thing.
He might not have done all the drop downs on East Death Mountain, however.
I don't think either of them did, but Meyer's a good choice right now because it's a quick...
Okay, see, look, Ninban, exactly. He got rid of all the eyes, and it's stuck there. So he just has to, well, he has to spin now. Okay, this is one of the circumstances in which, okay, he probably wish he has a Master Sword, but yeah, you cannot die here against Vitreous.
Actually, the interesting thing then, yeah, you have to use the spins, because Vitreous isn't even vulnerable to the eye unless fully...
That's
fully,
right,
like, coming out.
unless he's doing his lasers. That's his Thunderbolt things.
I don't think you can even hit him with the bow during that.
Nope, you can't.
So...
This is the only way to kill him. It's super safe, but it's super long.
It works. Hey, there's a hammer in Misery Mire.
Wait, where was Misery Mire?
One of the places Fylion... I don't believe that Ninban saw it. Fylion saw it when he didn't have hookshot or boots, so he had to just leave right away, but... Even
there
though
we go.
Sanity...
Ninban takes out Vitreous, gets his 10 arrows, gets his first crystal of the game!
At 45 minutes. So, even though this is Key Sanity, Misery Mire can be basically fully routed through without any small keys coming in.
Yep.
So we're not going to be able to get to Vitreous, and... No, we do have the big key. So it's 7 items that Phylion's going to check in only a couple of minutes.
6? No? You can't get to Vitreous, you can't open the big chest.
We have the big key.
Oh, we do have the big key. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Well, okay, fine, 7 then. Fine.
You can let me have this one. It's okay.
Alright.
But yeah, either way, that hammer is going to be huge, because that actually will... Never mind. That will not get us over to the pyramid yet, because we still don't have a Moon Pearl. But it is still a really good item to find. There's a...
Oh,
wow, Fire
look
Rod,
at that
too.
Fire Rod. Wow, Misery Mire is a treasure trove. Whereas Ninban is continuing to circumspect by trying to do some more super butting in entrances. I mean, yes, this may give Fylion the advantage right now, but Fylion might have to continue exploring later as well.
I think he's going to need to, because... I mean...
We're missing dungeons.
what can we actually do with Hammer and Fire Rod right this moment? I don't really think anything.
You can finish Pod.
We do not have the big key for Pod.
We not? Oh, sorry,
We do not.
taking the icon there. Must be small.
And there's a mushroom. So, okay, Fylion has options now. There is something...
Wait,
I don't
the
think
mushroom
he's...
gives him options?
What?
Mushroom gives him options?
Sure, why not?
Sure. I mean, did we find Magic Bat? Where was he again?
Magic Bat's somewhere, but we have powder, so that doesn't even... That's a non-issue.
Yeah. So, mushroom... Did we even find the witch?
that's what I was just starting to say.
Yeah.
I don't think we have. We can
We
drop the
have
mushroom.
options that will be redeemed later on. But yeah, we do already actually have access to East Death Mountain, Yagamoth. If we go through Mini Moldorm Cave, we actually land up on Dark World Sky Island, and they have the mirror.
So, perhaps an ode to Rywak, I guess. We're back in Ganon's Tower, and this is absolutely perfect right now that we had the hammer to go basically full left side at this point.
I hate that this is in logic. I hate it. And look how many keys they have.
Enough to get...
I mean, they just picked one up under a pot, but 2 keys is, I think, sufficient enough to get up until Rando Room?
Oh, easily. There's another pot key, too.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, logically speaking. Because I think
Forget logic at times.
3 keys clears the entire bottom.
So we get another TR key. There was a Hera small key, too, so that leads to another interesting option.
Well,
but yeah, this is
Ninban won't be far behind, because he will be picking up his hammer, he'll be picking up his fire rod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good heads up from Fylion to be able to come back here pretty much right after getting that hammer, and kind of hoping to see Ninban do the exact same thing. Big key for Desert, so based on your speculation, Rywak, or at least for what you would do, that alone could motivate Ninban to go and at least get that other sword, too.
It justifies it anyway, because it's a check and the sword, because the sword is not a hard requirement as of this moment.
We haven't seen others yet, so we will, perhaps, but...
We might. But let's say that they found Tempered. There is no reason to go back to Desert, because they're still exploring. And then the visit to Desert would be pointless.
Just like broken pencils.
Boo. Broken pencils are pointless.
Yep. So, we'll check out Rando Room. Curious to see what plots we're going to have at Ice Armos, too.
I need a minute here. Oh my god.
See how much money both of these runners have, actually. That's...
I mean, Fylan's just getting so many keys. Like, he's a full complete for Desert right now.
There's your motivation to go to Desert, because you've got the small and the big now.
That's 3 checks for front of Desert, plus you're going to get your sword. Definite motivation.
Yeah, that's a good one to be able to just knock out all at once.
Yeah.
For Fylion, it'll be without the sword, but still, 3 quick items. That's cool.
So I would assume Ninban would go back to GT now that not only does he have his Fire Rod, which he can do right side, his hammer, his hookshot, he can do left side. It's basically full clear of GT if he wanted to.
Slight amendment to that, though, being that we don't have Samaria, so we actually cannot go right side just yet.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You are
also, you're right. They only have 2 small keys to GT, so it wouldn't be in logic to go all the way to the top.
Ice worms. Worms on ice, whatever you want to call it.
That's not the worst thing in the world.
No, absolutely not.
Honestly, if you were gonna pick and choose, like, this is one of the best things you can get.
Mm-hmm. I mean, think of it like a flowchart. Question 1: can you beat the boss? Yes. So
yes.
that's already a good thing just because of that.
I mean, so long as it isn't Trinex, I think they're kind of happy with whatever.
Right.
Even when it comes to like Vitreous, like they have their arrows. Vitreous on ice is really not that bad, especially with their cape. They have blue mail. No, they're pretty safe. Another biggie, Turtle Rock.
We don't have access to much of TR right now, just because we don't have Samaria.
We have access to the Laser Bridge.
Right, we've seen Laser Bridge.
We've seen the front Samaria. That's just that we go to the boss. We're done.
Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see Fylion just check their shovel right away. Maybe not. I lied. Maybe after this, though.
Maybe.
Oh, right. Desert's right here. Okay, no, that makes infinitely more sense than what I was doing. Ninban found the dam. I don't know if Fylion's seen this yet. It's so hard to keep track of entrance stuff.
It's difficult. I don't have a tracker for this. I wish that we did. I'm trying to keep track of like the bigger stuff, but it is difficult without a personal tracker at the moment.
Right.
Probably should have prepped one up.
I don't have the screen space for it right now. I would wind up typing more than I'm talking, and
oh right, you
general regions of the dungeons. That's good enough for memory.
Yep.
Fylion, you've already done this.
There's multiple. Okay, when it comes to entrance, there's multiple techniques. DT is of the technique of writing things down. He has a chart that he fills in with the entrances. I actually use a visual tracker where I drag and drop what my entrances are. So I have a full map. I drag and drop. Oh, hey, it's Mimic Cave. I have a Mimic icon. I drag it on top of the map to where it is. So we each have our own techniques. Mm-hmm. Both are valid.
I literally use a spreadsheet.
Yeah. There's no one particular better way. It's just, but please do it. Please do it. You will get lost.
It's so easy to forget where that Agate Tower location is, and you know you need to beat it for something, and like any one thing that can slip your mind, and suddenly you're checking 50 loading zones again.
For sure, and if it's your first entrance, it could take you many, many hours. Don't rely on your short-term memory. I'm sorry, but after 3.5 hours, you're not remembering where Sick Kid was.
More than likely not. Interesting. Okay, no, we've got two real interesting things now. Ninban stumbling upon the back of Skull Woods.
Yeah, over in the Light World Shopping Mall.
Which can sometimes confuse you a bit in entrance, like if you find it unprepared and like you don't have the fire rod, for instance, but you have a lamp. Like you can bomb jump to this top torch and actually still get through it. Not in logic, of course, but
if you have the lamp and you bomb jump up, yes, you can totally do it. Honestly, I'll usually find this entrance really early, but I never have a sword.
that seems to be the barrier. Of course, you need it for those vines. And then on the other side of your screens right now, finally, and going through Ice Palace. Going to be kind of the old traditional path. We don't have the Cane of Samaria right now, but another really interesting play to make right now. You can basically full clear it. I think that looks like we have the big key for it too, so it should be a full clear.
I don't see why not.
What's excellent though, one thing I'm really liking about this seed so far, even though we don't have the Moon Pearl, I don't know when we're gonna. I don't know. It could be. Where's that Armos going?
It goes off screen if it goes too high and you shot at it.
That's a fun one. A lot of these dungeons though are right in the light world, so getting through these, there's plenty of stuff for our runners to do in this.
And in Skull Woods. I mean, Ninban's completed 2 dungeons. Yay! One's a pendant, one's a crystal. I mean, he's good either way if it's a pedestal seed, but at the same time, this might not advance him to nothing. This might advance him to nothing.
Yeah, no doubt. Cross keys too. One point that we haven't really touched upon is that it's a pretty volatile mode to race. So
it's volatile in the sense that you don't know what you're doing until you get your. Well, when it comes to mystery cross keys specifically, you're going to be doing a lot before you find out why you're doing it.
Right. That's the big issue right now, is that with neither runner knowing what their goal is, and with the volatility of cross keys, like if somebody had gone through one doorway that another runner just never gets to, they could wind up finding their way to the pyramid, getting their information, just any number of things. So approaching an hour in and still not knowing what you're playing for, what your end result is going to be, is possibly a little nerve-inducing.
Ninban managed to set up a walk on water. There was an entrance over in the Light World Shopping Mall that had a hole, and he set up his walk on water, and he's fine. He could check out the water.
Did you notice which entrance it was?
But he managed to set up walk on water.
It was actually like the right side of Ice Rod Cave that he was able to set that up off of.
It was right there, vanilla, or
no, the other Ice Rod doorway.
Yeah,
Not like Ice Rod Cave, but like
I understand, right, but was it vanilla? Was the fake Ice Rod Cave vanilla?
No, that was the back of Skull on the fake Ice Rod Cave.
Okay, so Ice Rod Cave was a fake Ice Rod Cave.
Correct. That's. Oh, that got confusing.
Yes, it really did, but we communicated and we understood. But hey, Ice Palace.
Not really seeing anything out of Ice Palace so far. A couple of things left. Ninban's gonna go check the hobo.
No, we got the red cane.
And the other's Castle Tower Small. We did get the red cane. Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of useful. Just a little.
We can still beat Meyer.
Turtle Rock. I'm hoping Ninban finds that quick. I'm sorry. I'm not impartial when it comes to this race. I'm rooting for Ninban.
You know, Turtle Rock's actually a really, really appealing option right now, because not just because of the cane and that we've seen Laser Bridge in the front door. We have a number of keys for Turtle Rock right now, including the big key.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with the tracker. It says 3.
And because it's cross keys, we don't even need that.
No, we don't need that. I think we need 2. Like, to be comfortable.
We don't even need to. We could probably just do it without it.
The way this is going, like, we could very well have several
one.
crystals, maybe even 2 pendants or something, by the time we even find out what our goal is.
Ninban.
As fylion is getting a crystal from Ice Palace, so we're slowly starting to piece together the dungeon rewards.
Yeah. So what Ninban needs to do, he needs to head over to GT.
What is fylion doing with this timer?
I think that was a restream thing. But,
Can I blame it on fylion anyway? I'm
just
going to. I'm not even going to ask permission. I'm going to.
And I know he did it because you're here.
That is a very real possibility. I'm sorry, continue. You were going to say something actually important.
I'm just hoping that Ninban heads back over to GT because that's where Ninban's progression is. However, fylion still has to cover a lot of ground. Like, there's so many places that he hasn't been to. He's just relying on what he's already visited and trying to complete that before doing his exploration. Which is a fine tactic, but it still means that he's delaying his exploration.
Right, and of course finding Eastern right now, that's just going to take him another couple of minutes out of the way. But maybe that's necessary and this is worth it?
Oh, when it comes to Ninban? Oh yeah, Ninban finding Eastern, that's a bad thing. For sure. He might not have pieced together because of its GT keys, how much he has access to, but...
You know, it's a tough thing to keep everything in mind with this mode. It's really that simple.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, shout out to anybody in the chat. If you have noticed small keys that is not on tracker, please mention it. SoCal is doing a shout out right now. If you could please support. It is a difficult work, and we are so thankful that he's doing it. But he's reaching out in case that he missed something. So please support our lovely tracker. Amazing.
It can be difficult enough tracking just a regular mode.
Yeah.
Add a bunch of keys into the mix, and yeah, add entrance into the mix. Like, anything you add to it just makes it even more convoluted.
For sure. And after I asked, is he keeping a map tracker? And he said no. Well, it seems like he started tracking the map, because when we asked questions, he was able to answer. He is so on the ball here. I'm very thankful to SoCal. Yeah.
So an hour in, for those of you that might have just tuned in over the last couple of minutes, we have fylion and Ninban on Week 5 Mystery. This is pretty much just cross keys with ball shuffle, and we do not know what our goal is just yet. We do not have access to the pyramid. We're not sure where it's going to be. It looks like Turtle Rock is a pretty appealing option based on what we know the runners have at this point.
Yeah.
But there's some information we're waiting on.
We do know the GT entrance was 5 crystals, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was another thing we learned.
Yeah. It's not vanilla swords. It's probably randomized swords, yeah.
I would highly suspect that.
Yeah, there was no actual word.
I don't think there's an option for 50% of swords in Desert Palace either. Like, it just happened to be that way.
I don't know, you should ask the developers. Cynic is probably behind this, and he's developed some modes, you know.
He sure has. So where do we go from here? Ninban's going back to GT, so...
Hey! That's good. Okay, so we've got his...
That eases you a little bit.
Yeah, it eases my conscience.
Yeah, it's... The way that cross keys is, you find that hammer, and you can know in your mind that, hey, this opens up a bunch of GT. But at the same time, depending on the location that you're presently at, when you find the hammer, you could be like, well, I've got this, but I've already got a couple other things routed out of my mind that's more efficient to do now than later, so...
Yeah, when it comes to concentration of chests, that's the big issue.
It's changing what you're doing, changing your route, mid-route, for something that might be slightly less efficient, but have more chests. You just gotta weigh your options. See what you have.
Ninban using bombos.
Bombos, all the Stalfos. That is a valid option. So Skull Woods is green. We already know that. We got Mire and Swamp as regular crystals. Turtle Rock is I almost said a green crystal. That's not a thing. One of the Pyramid Fairy crystals.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't know what our goal is, but we know that we have some crystals.
And we at least have a little bit more map info thanks to fylion just now. So.
Wait, he checked the map?
He checked the map. That's where I got all that information from. I wasn't just spitting out numbers.
I thought that like somehow you just divined it. I'm like, wow, DT's just like he knows so many secrets.
I went back in time a week and I have the spoiler log.
Wait, do you?
No.
Okay.
No. That would be highly unethical.
Would it? Can you slide it over to me? I mean, okay.
Hold on, I know a guy. I'll get it. So yeah, Ninban's gonna get the Desert Small in a moment.
Yeah. Well, Phylion's going back into TR with 3 keys. Yeah.
This is what I've been anticipating for a bit now.
Well, Fylion never found Laser Bridge. So, Laser Bridge was in Dark World. I mean, I get it. He didn't do a lot of Dark World exploration without the Moon Pearl, which again, I do not blame him. That's one tactic. It's out of logic. Ooh, but that's nice. Did we see the Dark Bridge before?
No, we did not. And this was like opposite side of it, and it's side cave. This is strangely appropriate. Like, it's a really cool thing to find that ledge, and then it's a really cool thing to find this place. Big key for Thieves, that's good. That's a fully beatable Thieves Town now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Wow, what a placement for that. I wonder where the other entrances on the Dark Bridge is.
You know what? I bet we're going to find out.
No doubt.
So hang tight. We got this. It's
okay, that's not so bad.
That's could be a bit before we see where that goes, but fylion has not checked Spiral Cave yet either. And I don't think Ninban has, so that's good.
Ninban jumped down as soon as he was on Dark Death Mountain. And he's having trouble with these landmos. He's switching items constantly. He's having trouble spinning at them. He's having trouble shooting at them with a bow. He's having trouble hammering them. Ninban, come on.
Given the situation, I almost wonder if dropping a couple of well-placed bombs would be a safer way to go.
I think he tried that originally. He started with the fire round, that's for sure.
Right, and of course being out of magic. fylion had the Master Sword on this fight, so that was a bit quicker. But yeah.
He's lost a lot of health doing this, Ninban is.
Given that they fly around the room, bombs actually do tempered sword damage, so 4 bombs would be enough to take out one snake entirely.
Really?
Yep.
Let's take tempered sword? Really?
At least on
that
land
is-
mode they do. Different enemies might have like different damage tables, but on land mode they do.
I did not know that. That is really valuable information. Oh my god, Sam.
So that being said, while Ninban was fighting Landmo, fylion actually found the library in the upper Spiral Cave ledge and got the Ice Rod. So with that, we can beat any boss that we might encounter now. We have a full equipment list going for us now. fylion just gonna mirror back, and I presume head back through Crystal Roller Room, and to... he actually didn't go to the front of the dungeon. I'm a little surprised by that. No, I'm not surprised by this. He's gonna go through Laser Bridge, probably beat the dungeon, and then that'll spit him out at the entrance, and then just do the front.
Hmm.
And as for Ninban, where's he off to next? Ice Palace. So he had the same idea that fylion did. It's going to get him that Cane of Samaria, and hopefully push him in the direction of Turtle Rock as well. Ninban, of course, finding Laser Bridge just a bit ago, and I don't think anything important was on it, nothing noteworthy. I missed that though. When fylion went through Ice Palace, is that the Swamp Small was there. Ninban seen the dam, drained the water. So Flipper's pending. That's another good set of checks as well. We have seen Swamp. As long as they make note of it.
Or not?
What's that?
We do have the small key to Swamp. Okay. Where was that?
The small key to Swamp was in the Ice Palace compass chest that Ninban just got.
I thought I read that as sorry. You know, I'm reading fast. But yeah. No Moonper on site. I'm trying to figure out like where it could potentially be.
All I'm thinking back on is like dungeons we can revisit. We can go beat Meyer, we can go beat Thieves. Back of Thieves is actually a pretty good idea. We could always go back to GT since we have Samaria. Actually, I kind of wonder if Ninban might do that immediately since he's like a screen away from it right now.
He might. Wait, no.
We don't have big keys for Eastern or Pod, two other dungeons we know the locations of. We have actually seen every dungeon. We've not seen the back of Desert, I don't think.
Yeah,
We've seen everything else. So that's another crystal for Turtle Rock for fylion.
Well, we haven't entered the front of Skull Woods, but that's not really a priority. Especially without that move.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one to juggle a lot of the...
But because we haven't found that entrance to Ganon, or at least I don't think we did, we're gonna have to do GT, so we're gonna have to need that big key too.
It seems likely, yeah. There's an Ether Medallion, which I think... Isn't that what the entrance to TR was?
I think that's what it was, yeah. It's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, that's TR. I don't think it's on our track.
I believe not. And that's okay.
No, that's totally okay.
We are still mitts away from being able to check that. Because even if we have, like, East Dark Death Mountain access, like, we still need the Titan's Mitts just to get to the TR, like, medallion spot. And fylion's gonna go check the right side of TR and be done with this dungeon.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is the next play? There's still a surprising number of places we just can't get to.
Not really. For fylion, it's pretty simple. I'm going to clear as many dungeons as I can, so that means after this, he's going to go to Thieves Town, or at least I should hope that he does. He might want to do Tower of Hera if he wants to mirror clip it like Bunny Beam, Super Bunny in there. Ninban, I feel, is a little bit more erratic because he's doing a lot of out-of-logic checks in the beginning. He might continue to do so, so I find him more difficult to predict. Yeah. So 2 crystals, fylion side. 1 crystal, 1 pendant, Ninban side. We've got the
Prairie Canadian versus the French Canadian. We've got the Onhonhons. We've got a battle of the poutines. We've got Thanksgiving dinner here, Canadian version, 1 month late, because, well, Canadian Thanksgiving was in October. It's quite a duel. And they've been planning this match since before the first week. They planned out that they were going to go against each other as soon as the announcements were made, and, like, these are the teams in each division. Like, Ninban and fylion, they were down. They were down.
I'm just enjoying listening to you talk about this right now.
Really? Oh, I can spew so many facts about these two.
I'm sure you could. You know what?
Oh,
We've got a little bit. We don't know where Ninban's going to go right now. We don't know for sure what fylyon's looking for just yet.
It's a second crystal. Let's get into it. fylyon's my friend. Ninban's my friend. Ninban, very well known in the French community. He gets far in nearly every single French tournament. And I mean, like, ooh, that's Hookshot Cave.
Yes, it is. That's a big deal. We're going to see a lot of items.
We're going to see
both runners that nobody's had.
But yeah. Ninban, who I only saw his face for the first time. I have known him for years. I only saw his face for the first time after SG Live tournaments. Because cam is required. He looks exactly like he's white and nerdy.
So Hookshot Cave having a big key for Eastern, which is another dungeon we can now complete. It's another 2 items. As well as a tempered sword for fylion. Ninban got
grabbed.
Wall mastered.
That's sad. Mm-hmm. I actually can't remember which province fylion is from. I think it's from Saskatchewan. That makes sense. Yeah. So we've got the flat plains versus the, I don't know, Appalachians, Quebecois.
So tile room take 2. What is... I mean, I guess really Moon Pearl is like the biggest thing that we're looking for right now.
Mm-hmm.
That would get us...
Would it? Would it? Do we need it? We found nearly every dungeon except for the back of desert.
Logically, we would still need it.
If Ganon is indeed at the pyramid, yes. But we might not need it for a very long time.
We might not. However, finding it sooner rather than later would at least allow us access to the pyramid to learn what our goal finally is. That's really like the last piece of information we need here at this point, folks.
Imagine if it was pedestal.
Oh, what do? You don't know what half of your dungeons are still.
Nope.
That's like, was that vanilla compass? No, that's the vanilla chest. Okay, it's in the right room at least.
Yeah, it's in the right room.
And I think we're seeing Ninban go back to desert right now, so he'll get a Master Sword as well as get those 3 other items.
It's basically tailing behind the checks that fylion already did. Ninban's going back into the in-logic checks. Took him a while.
You know, I will be honest, I do not remember where Thieves Town was.
I think so. But fylyon's about to discover Back of Skull Woods. Again, completable. It's a green pendant, but completable.
At this point, I think you're just happy to find another dungeon you can beat and at least get something for it.
Oh, for sure. In his mind, he's like, oh yeah, new dungeon, I can do this. I'm like, yay, it's true.
I've never heard fylion talk with that kind of accent.
Oh, sorry. Should I use a more Canadian accent? I mean, I used to have one. I probably still do.
I think it's okay.
I could use a French Canadian accent if you want. If you
Use
want.
that for Ninban.
Well, he can go to the right of desert and do the thing.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I literally could not say it even half as good as that.
10 out of 10. That Franglish, exactly. Melissa knows what I'm talking about.
So yeah, for now, just a bit of a retrace of each other's steps. I'm trying to think even of Light World locations that we haven't actually seen.
Ninban's sticking to the Dark World right now. I really want
Finishing
to...
Mystery Mire or something? I guess there's... I don't think we've seen the Dark Sanctuary.
Ooh.
We have. We did see that once. Fylion did not have the mirror when he was here, so he was not able to do Mire Shed.
Yeah, Ninban's tempting. They're going to be equal in crystals and pendants soon.
This whole race is gonna wind up being just a matter of, I don't know, maybe even finding out the goal before the other person. Like,
Where was that temper from?
Hookshot Cave.
Oh, yeah. So, don't know what you're talking about, H-Tome.
That's another small key for GT. I wonder if that's going to serve as some inspiration for Fylion, or just like a reminder that, hey, right side is open, you have some Mario.
Yeah, but it's 5 checks going back to the village. It's fine, but it's still like you have to do save and quit. You have to go.
You do, but I think the first point that you said about it might be the one to focus on. It's 5 checks.
Yeah.
Like at this point in the run, if I'm the runner, I'm definitely looking more for items than new locations.
I'm thinking. I'm really trying to think. I think it's right side, not the tile room, but right side requires 3 keys
To actually like be in logic.
Yes. Do they
I
have to?
really
Can't see this
describe
It's so stupid.
logic.
I think it's 3. It might be at 2.
Well, beatable Eastern Palace though, so this is what was on Phylion's mind right away. And I like this as a commentator because this is going to be some new information. We have not seen the big chest. We have not seen who is at Armos. Not that it matters. We can beat anybody.
Yeah.
And that could be another pendant. It could be another crystal. But 2 more items here. That's I think the big thing.
The big thing is that it's still in logic, and you can find the moon.
Yes. Because there does come a point where sequence breaking is great, and being able to tie it together and figure out how it can be in logic later on is great. But when you're looking for a couple of other things, it might be time to stop the sequence breaks for a bit and go for what's in logic. We see Ninban doing the opposite of, which could still work out for all we know. But
Could it? I mean, I'm looking at what we're missing, and it's like maybe a few big keys.
yeah, I don't. But either way, I'm happy to see new checks from both runners. I'm very curious, very excited to see what we might find in either of these locations.
Yeah, I think Ninban's expired his time in out of logic. Oh, well, by the way, when you're in cross keys, the pinball room is always a small key to Skullwoods. Just so you know.
And we do have the skull big, so we can do everything else out in this front loop.
Go. What is the boss of Eastern? It's another Viddy.
This is much more cozy, though.
Yeah.
With 15 hearts and a tempered sword.
This is the second video. Isn't it?
That is the second one. You know, the
So-
biggest thing that a hazard for Vitreous fights is the goop that's normally in Misery Mire, which is still there. But Vitreous, the goop does not travel with Vitreous, so a lot of that immediate on heart
And
damage
the
just doesn't.
Flippers on the advanced side and the Moon Pearl on Fylion. Fylion just took a huge advantage there. Huge.
Flippers will not help Ninban. Not much.
So, what if this is in fact a pedestal goal and suddenly fylion only needs one more? We know it's not Mire, we know it's not Swamp, we know it's not TR.
Yo. So it could be back a desert that we never found?
Could be.
Thieves'
Could
Town?
be Odd. Could be Thieves. We don't have Thieves map info yet either.
I'm like, when is fylion going to go back to Thieves? Did he not find Thieves?
No, he did.
He did.
He did.
Oh, he's going to go check finally the goal. No, he's not! What are you doing?
You know what? I don't know. I'm sure that he has a great reason for it. Personally, I would be most curious about finding out what that goal is the moment I have East Dark World access. But this makes sense. I think he actually walked in here before and saw that it was Chicken Hut and couldn't do it.
Sure.
So, quick check on the way, and then maybe he checks the goal.
I still feel the goal is more valuable. Honestly. Because it'll direct the rest of your routing. Heck, because he has... Doesn't he have 3 crystals right now? No, he has only 2 crystals and 2 pennants, right?
He has... I believe 2 and 2, yeah. TR was a crystal.
This might be it. This could potentially be it. Oh no, it's not a fast cannon, is it? Oh, it could be a fast cannon anyway.
Yeah, we don't know.
You're right, we
think
don't
we
know.
have it.
What are you doing, Valley? Just head over there. There is a 4% chance that you could be done. It's technically true. There's a 4% chance.
Huh.
There's a 60% chance of fast cannon when it comes to entrance. There's a 2% chance. 2, 4, 6. Actually, his 2 crystals. There's a 6% chance that Ganon has 2 crystals or less to be able to beat him.
But we're gonna go and beat Misery Mire first. So hang on to your seats, folks.
He wants to increase his chances from 6 to 16. It's okay.
That's a big increase. I can't say I blame him.
For this much time invested, if he knew he just needed 1 more crystal, he could have come back.
That's also true. For what we know, though, he's in a much better position at this point anyway.
Mm-hmm. We unfortunately do not know the goal of this scene.
That's that last piece of information that we need. But this is fine.
Yes.
It'll be another minute or 2. We'll figure it out. We'll all be happy at the end of it.
And then we discover it's all dungeons.
And then we sit here for another 2 hours.
Did you have plans tonight?
Oh. In fact, I do not. This was my plan this evening.
You're right. I canceled my plans to be able to commentate with you, DT.
Oh, thanks. Alright, so Ninban just at the front of Turtle Rock. I'm not remembering where Laser Bridge was. Perhaps he wanted to come here right away and just do the dungeon front to back, still missing 2/3 of it for completion.
He never found the front, if I recall.
Whatever. He might have. I think he did. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, see, this would be, like, when it comes to Armos Knights in in Mire, it's a perfect occasion to see Burna.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can control the Armos Knights with Burna, and obviously when you're using it, you're invulnerable to the slime. So
that's true. But handled well enough by fylion, and now will we get our goal?
He better.
He left that
I
portal
will
right
bag
here.
my finger at him if he does not. Wagging. Okay, he's going. If he goes catfish. Ah!
Oh my god,
Oh my
fylion,
god!
Okay, now I've got to
Are you
honestly
not-
wonder what he's doing.
Are you not interested in your own goal, fylion?
Really? What? Why?
But we got a small key for Pod. Yay, we can... I don't think there's any reason to have that key right now.
Isn't that the last key?
It's one of the last. I know we've gotten many. Okay, he's going... I'm glad he didn't go up right there. Okay.
There was no point.
Pyramid's this way. If the goal doesn't work out in his favor right now too, being able to check every entrance on top of the castle is really, really cool. So having that moon pearl was really, really big.
For sure. It'll take a while before Ninban gets that.
Unfortunately, we need to find Hookshot Cave for Ninban. 4 crystals to beat Ganon.
He didn't check if it was fast! He did not check!
I did not see a hole up there. I think he would have been able to see it.
Yeah. If you're reading the sign, you're too low to see it.
I think it was visible and closed. So I do want to say that we need that GT big, but I guess we can hope that Ninban confirms a little bit more directly.
We know it's 4 crystals, so fylion just needs 1 more, but it's going through Castle Tower. I forget where that ends up.
Same. We're gonna find out. I think he knows though, and that's why he's going here so deliberately. Right up at the top here. Yeah, there are more entrances here that Hookshot Cave rock was still closed. We have not entered Hookshot Cave, I guess.
I'm trying to look at a replay here to see if there was any potential sign to see. Can you check
where Thieves was? That would make sense.
If you're aligning yourself with like specific cracks in the bottom right and bottom left when it comes to the TTO, I think it might be closed, but I'm pretty sure you have to go up a little bit to be able to see it.
I don't know. We could debate about it, I'm sure, but I think it's over. I think it was visible, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm gonna assume it's closed.
fylion is back at Thieves Town, so another 4 items here.
Ninban over in Hype Cave, which is good. So I'm pretty sure that's where there's one of the keys that he needs, no?
There was a key
There's
here.
a big key. Yeah.
Big key for
Which
Thieves.
Okay, that big key for Thieves, there we go.
Could very well be necessary. We got another Armos fight, by the way.
Yeah, so we are in Random Boss. Pretty sure.
We've seen 2 Vidi, 3 Armos now?
Yeah, 3 Armos, which would mean it makes it a Random Boss.
Right. Because there's not 3 of anything in vanilla.
Nope. Unless... No. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're slashing and not accidentally poking the Armos.
Mm-hmm. And that's our 3rd pendant, so...
Yeah, we know that's not our goal anymore.
We do.
But I think you can go check the pedestal if you want.
So what do we need to be able to... Actually, fylion just needs the flippers, and he would be able to beat Swamp. And that would be
fylion just needs to know how to Hera pot, and he can beat Terra Hera.
That's another fair point. So it really comes down to... Because we've got the knowledge then of where the flippers are. We don't know where the back of desert is. That's fine. We don't know where the pod big key is. That's also fine. We can meet our crystal requirement at this point in a number of ways. Finding the GT big is really the last main piece of the puzzle from our perspective.
That's what I'm assuming. Unless, of course, they found Ganon, which I don't think they did. I think Phylion's aiming to go do Tower Hera. Or, well, the pedestal, really? I thought he was going to Dog World there, but I guess he's checking the ped. He might know that he needs the GTB key.
It could be here, I guess. That's certainly possible.
Hey, ped hype! For those who still like that.
Blind pole.
20 rips?
But then he's got prime Dark World access. A lot of stuff between Skullwoods and...
Oh my god, the Master Boomerang! Ew. Ew. The weapon to defeat evil happens to be the laggiest boomerang.
Well, I don't think we'll be using that at all.
Nope.
Didn't happen to see on Ninban's map check just now if we had any new information confirmed or not. But
no, because it was all Dark World.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyway.
The only thing we're missing is honestly Desert Palace, which is a crystal. Because we have our 3 pendants, we know which are the crystals.
I realized that mid-sentence.
Yeah, we just don't know which is the 5/6s, but it doesn't really matter.
We haven't seen the bomb shop either, so... is this Fylion going to the Tower of Hera to do the thing he said he doesn't know how to do?
I never said he didn't know how to do. I said he better know how to do it.
Okay, slight distinction then. Small key for Skull, another place that's untouched by Fylion.
This is my preferred way. It is the spin speed technique, whatever you want, hook speed technique.
I like this way.
I much prefer it this way than the.
A little bit inconvenient having that small key since the door's now open, but...
see, people say that. I honestly don't think it is. I never get into that door.
I can't tell you how many times I've gone downstairs.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's a thing.
Huh. I've never accidentally gone downstairs. Ever. It might be because I'm holding left much more than I am holding up. That might be it. But finally, having a bit of issue. It's not really a big problem. We know he's ahead-ish. Still missing that one item, which is the big key to GT, we assume.
No, it is worth noting, though. You say we know that he's ahead, but he doesn't know that. And he had the 4 crystal goal. An hour and a half in could make a runner start to wonder...
Ninban doesn't even know what it is. When is Ninban going back to Eastern? When is he getting his big key?
Where was Hookshot Cave? That's my question. I don't remember, but that's where the Eastern big key was.
Finally using his cape to good... Putting his cape to good use. Did you know if you are slashing, that the cape doesn't diminish in magic? So if you're constantly slashing... your magic meter will go down so slowly. So if you are in a very bad position with the Master Sword or greater, put on your cape and just start slashing when Viddy's there, because your magic's gonna last a while. Dark Stank was Marsha, y'all. Witch's Hut was definitely.
Witch's Hut.
Yeah, yes. Which Ninban won't do for a while because it's out of the way. He's isolated it. He would only go if he had the flute.
Yeah, that's just one of those unfortunate spots.
It's like he could try and combine it with Catfish, but he would only want to do it if he had the Moon Burrow.
I do wonder what Fylion has planned at this point.
I'm wondering if he didn't check if it was fast cannon or not.
He also didn't mirror up here to check the entrances, I don't think. I think he was just focused on going to Thebes.
He's hookshotting up. He's not switching to the mirror yet. He didn't check if it was fast cannon or not.
I guess not.
He's still not mirroring, though. There's 3 entrances up there that could contain the GT big key.
Heck, they all could, that's true. Well, one of them could. Any one of them could have it, but... That's another easy spot to forget that you haven't been to yet, though.
Fast cannon means a lot in entrance, actually. Actually, no, they're right, actually. Fast cannon means nothing. Because you might not have fast cannon and still have to be GT. Like, let's say let's say Ganon was in the well. The Pyramid's not pre-opened.
Right.
So fast Ganon or not, it doesn't matter.
That is
if they know that Ganon's there, they have to do GT.
So that's really what it comes down to, is just finding... Fylion has his 4 crystals, so just finding that GT big at this point and going straight back. It almost makes me wonder why Phylion's not going back for... Oh, he did go back for... Did he go back for right side GT, or was that Ninban?
Ninban went for right side GT.
Okay.
But yeah, Pyramid Hole is never open unless you beat GT. But it could still be fast Ganon, and it wouldn't matter. Because Ganon is at the pyramid hole. And thus it's slow Ganon.
Thank you for the insight, chat. That is something that I'll admit, I was not even fully aware of that.
I was not thinking. But hey, we're basically watching a double cross keys here.
10 arrows. Have we actually seen Mazora purchase yet? I'm guessing no.
I thought Ninban did it.
Did he have the money? I don't know. So he's going back into Paradox now. Gonna take advantage of that connector.
Yeah, Ninban already did it. Yeah, I really want to check. Does Big Dunka use a map tracker? Big Dunka tracker. Big Dunka is an online tracker. I'm trying to remember if it has a map version of it. Let's see. Display settings. Aha! So there could be... Because I know Ninban uses the Big Dunka tracker. At least I'm fairly certain he does. So he might have a map tracker right now for his cross keys. Wait, Dunka's here? Oh, hey, Dunka. It does. Oh, there we go. Thank you for the information. Yeah.
I'm just trying to recap in my mind exactly what else there is we haven't seen. Perhaps there's another... Oh, there's this rock, too, that I commented on the last time. This is the back of Desert, so this will at least get us another item. Might even be the 5-6 that we need. I don't believe we have Desert map info yet, so we're just not sure if this is...
Desert map info is not required. It's a... You know that.
Oh, no, but I'm talking for Pyramid. We don't know the other Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ninban uses the Big Dunka tracker. Fylion uses the Emo tracker. Both come with maps. Both come with auto tracking, I think. Yeah. Where was Ice Rod? Ice Rod was in the library, which was in Mimic Cave. Ninban has the Ice Rod.
How many Armos is this now?
This is the fourth.
This is the fourth Armos night.
That's half magic, Ninban.
That is half magic. You know what that actually means is that Fylion beat the boss and then...
Yeah, he left. I mean, he left 2 checks in Thieves' Town. That's not the end of the world. Oh, 3 checks in Thieves' Town.
3, yeah. That's actually a little bit surprising when you're looking for one item.
Well, it's because he went into Thieves' Town assuming that he just needed 1 more crystal.
True.
He didn't get it.
The reasoning checks out. Absolutely does.
Yeah, because he thought it could have been Fast Ganon. He's just looking for his 4th crystal. Nice for Ninban using the burner right there. Once he ran out of arrows, that's perfect. Great backup solution. I highly commend it.
You know, unless I'm getting my races mixed up, I believe that Fylion and Ninban commentated just the other day. It might have even been last night. And they were talking about someone doing that exact same thing. So.
They're good friends, so it's always nice seeing good friends compete one against another.
I agree. Always makes for some good fun.
Yep.
So it's really just keep checking entrances at this point.
Well, for Fylion, yes. For Ninban, he needs to get his butt over to Eastern. He needs that Moon Pearl. Without that Moon Pearl, he's not checking the goal. It's great that he's getting more checks in, but the checks that he's getting in are easy checks, which means fylion can easily grab them too.
But
So we don't want to see that big key there. We want we want Ninban to get lucky if you're rooting for him.
this is good placement though for Ninban because he is like right next to the witch's hut, right? So Hookshot Cave and the Eastern Big Key are just another screen transition away, and I think that's where he's headed.
Yes. Good stuff. Good stuff. You'll get his Eastern Big Key. That's just the first step, though.
It is, but it should send him right there. I mean, he doesn't know it yet, but the thing is, he doesn't need to clear any more dungeons for additional crystals. Whereas Fylion's had the Moon Pearl this whole time, and it's just one check after another that he's able to make.
I think that was the final key to GT over on Fylion's side. It's final small key.
That was either was that number 4 or was that number 3?
I think I'm reading 3 on the tracker. Again, it's very tiny. Let's see if it goes up 1. If it changes numbers. But yeah, this is quite the analysis. Honestly, you will find more entertainment in Ninban versus fylion that you will find on Netflix's The Queen's Gambit. There's so much metagaming. There's so much delving. There's so much entertainment. You want to be here. This is the match to watch tonight.
But Ninban does not want to be there.
No, he doesn't. But I was just going with the most popular show on Netflix right now. At least I think it's number 1. Last time I opened Netflix.
I can't comment on this.
I've lost track of where it was history.
I have too. So Fylion's finishing up this North Dark World loop, and I'm wondering if Skullwoods is going to be next for him. Which would get the flippers, which would open up the Dark World shopping mall, which hopefully has more new information for us. Like we're basically just looking for the GT Big Key for Fylion right now. Ninban still needs Moon Pearl, which is from the Eastern Palace boss, which he now has access to.
Yeah, but even if he does get the Moon Pearl, he's still behind.
He is at this point.
Well, behind. Would he be? Wouldn't be that far behind because he's checked a lot of the Dark World even without a Moon Pearl. Fylion has to do all that.
There's a good bit.
Yeah.
So that's where we were talking, like, at what point do you stop sequence breaking and stick with what's in logic? And that actually gave Ninban a little bit of an edge, because he got the flippers out of Skullwoods without the Moon Pearl. I don't know, there's varying gaps in this race right now that either runner is on the brink of closing up. Or rather, for Fylion, extending that gap, I should say.
Has anybody checked the entrance to GT requirement? What was it? Oh, GT's always 1.
I thought someone read it and it said 5. I thought Ninban checked it early.
No, Ganon is 5, but GT...
Ganon's 4. Ganon's 4 crystals.
Ganon's 4, sorry. GT... Oh, they're all equivalent at 1. Okay, it's 5 for GT, okay.
I mean, I'm trying to think, what else could we find that would really open anything up? The flute by itself wouldn't.
The book could open up the pedestal, not the pedestal, the tablets and the front of Desert, but yeah, it's really just about patiently going through every single entrance.
Right, I think now's the time to really just be as thorough as you can be and just don't leave any stone unturned.
I mean, I don't think Ninban checked the back of Skullwoods. He didn't, like, flame down that skull.
I don't recall that either, so maybe that's going to be a new place that we'll see from Fylion in a moment.
Yeah, so cool. Mind adding the ice rod to Ninban, please? I don't know if the tracker's bugging up again.
See, the downfall of not having this goop with Vitreous is that you're not damage boosting into the double spins on the eyes here.
But that's also a windfall, whereas you're not taking damage
You're
while
not
going
taking-
to attack them.
You're not taking damage, that's true. But it does make for one of my favorite strategies in the entire game.
Damage boosting. Yeah, it's nice. But... There's the Moon Pearl. So Ninban's caught up Moon Pearl wise. DT, this is your fault.
No, it's actually not. That goes a little bit too far for me. One is enough.
Fine. Alright, so what does Ninban do? He better check the goal. He better check the goal.
Check the goal. I think you start there, check the goal. Figure that out first.
He might do Chicken Hut. I don't know. I'm trying to justify Fylion's actions, but like, there's no justifying Chicken Hut. Not even for Christos Owen.
We have not seen the bottom of Spiral Cave yet either. It's the archery game. We're not doing anything there.
Oh, that's been. See, if this were bingo, then he'd be doing it. Probably.
Actually, I think I know what Fylion's doing. I think I know. That southwest entrance in the Dark World, I believe, was Swamp Palace.
Oh my god, Ninben's actually going on Chicken Hut.
Add it to the list of things to talk to him about.
I can't because Fylion did it too, and thus it must be a play. It must be a play.
We have the Swamp Small.
My brain hurts.
We don't have the big. The big doesn't matter for this. This is a huge dungeon. We're looking for one item.
This could be very big. If the big key to GT is here, that's go for Fylion. If it's not, it's a waste of time. But if Ninban decides to come here, wait, Ninban's going to check out the Dark Shopping Mall. Did Fylion
I actually like this. Again, just from commentator's perspective, like, we don't know what's over here yet. This is 3 new entrances to look at.
I like it, but at the same time, Ninban could be in go right now. Odds are he's not. Because he only has 3 crystals, so that's like a 6% chance that he is.
Unless it's possible that both of these runners realized something that we didn't, and that the hole was going to be closed regardless. So maybe he knows at this point he needs to find the DP.
Actually, Ninban would know that the hole is closed. But at the same time, like, you need to know your goal. But like, this routing is not so bad.
Especially finding this cave.
GTBiki? GTBiki? GTBiki?
Is that it? That's it.
No way!
In the shopping mall, GT Big Key. So Ninban is actually in go mode now. So
he doesn't know it yet, but he's in go.
He's just he thought about saving and quitting. You know what's real interesting here is that Ninban also picked up the pod big. So if he needs a 5th crystal, that's easy. He's got that.
But
yeah.
How many crystals does he do have? 1. He has 4 crystals.
He does have 4. Pod,
he just needs to finish GT.
Fire.
It's 4 crystals to beat Ganon.
So we know now that this is not the correct play for Fylion.
No,
Ninban,
he's going to be wasting a lot of time here.
Ninban does take an advantage on this race. Just
huge. He went from finding the Moon Pearl to finding GT Big Key in a minute or 2.
And that was that gap. That's how entrance shuffle works.
Yeah,
like,
because
totally completely opposite corners of the world, honestly. So Ninban's first step here should be just figure out what that goal is. Realize, hey, I've got the 4 crystals. Go beat GT.
What is he doing?
Ninban is not going to check the goal right now.
He wants to do everything along the way. Oh god, dude. That's even a chest. He's leaving it. Okay. Never mind.
I mean, we've seen butter on Fylion's side. The only thing this would have been Silver's. Which, at that point, whatever.
I still don't know where he's going. Oh, he's only going to do Stumpy and Digging Game. Oh my god, Ninban's in Go mode and he doesn't even know it! To be fair, the odds of it being a 4 crystal requirement is 16% chance.
It's not a big chance.
It's not big.
Really not.
So the longer it takes for Ninban to just go check his goal. And there's the mitts over on Phylion's side.
And if you're Fylion right now, that is not what you want to see, because that does open up a couple of new things.
Like what?
Okay, it opens two things. It opens...
Ice
He can
Palace.
go into Turtle Rock now, which he's on the mountain, so he might want to do that. I don't know.
So it opens up Turtle Rock and Ice Palace. And there's a book for Ninban, so he's gonna go check Bombo's tablet before he even touches the pyramid.
Well, this is really interesting at this point.
What is he doing?
I guess the only other mitts check would be Ice Palace, which is in the area of Shopping Mall, but not because you still have to mirror, and then you can't actually go check it.
I genuinely don't understand what Ninban is doing. Because when you're doing a mystery, your objective, number one, is always check the goal. I feel like he's making a mistake right now in trying to go for all dungeons or 7 crystals.
I mean, like you said, 16% though, that's not much.
It's not much, but it jumps afterwards to a 5th crystal is 36%.
So getting that 5th crystal right now would be kind of appealing.
Are you telling me that starting from Link's house and going to the pyramid is longer than doing pod?
I'm not telling you that. I'm analyzing what I'm watching though, and trying to rationalize it. Hey, Vanilla Argus. There we go. Some familiarity in this for one.
I mean, you can move a lot more in this because you're not dragged down by water. He could be doing pod and then GT. I mean, by logic, he should know that.
That's where Ganon's gonna be.
Yeah. And that he does need to do GT.
So that routing would make perfect sense to me.
And doing pod along the way to
I'm
increase
not
his chances.
super experienced with mystery cross key stuff, but
Ninban is more experienced than I, so this might be the proper strat.
so sit back, relax, and maybe just watch
Enjoy the
your
mimic
teammate
clip.
win the race.
It's not over yet. It's
not.
not over yet.
Absolutely not. I'm a little bit
Fylion-
concerned about what I see Fylion doing right now, and maybe even acting on that theory I spat about going to check the TR entrance. He's on the mountain, so it makes sense. It's still a long
It's
trek
not too
over to
far.
that.
It's not too far from here. Compared, like, I think that he's going to be able to open up TR faster than Ninban's going to beat the boss.
Yes. I'll analyze that quickly, and yes, that's true. But
No,
there's a
maybe
dead
not.
rock.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not with that dead rock. Depending on the boss of Pod, of course.
The thing for Fylion is just going to be how long until he goes and checks that multi-entrance area in the southeast Dark World.
The Dark Shopping Mall can be the bane of so many cross keys people. If there's no connector going there, then
It's out of the
there's no
way.
reason to check it. It's so far.
I've definitely had my share of missing it, and because of that, I tend to prioritize it.
So yeah, Ninban finishes his Crystal Dungeon before Fylion gets into Turtle Rock, which he will discover happens to be, I don't know, Lumberjack House? The Agate Tower! Two chests? There's nothing on Lumberjack. Wait, was Lumberjack canon?
I don't believe. You know what?
Oh god, was
I don't know.
Lumberjack canon?
We've just assumed that it was on the pyramid this whole time because
We did do
thought
that.
we'd seen everything. See, as a player, you're taking notes and fully grasping all of this. He's leaving, so as a player, like I said,
Okay,
you're taking
yeah.
notes. So it's probably not. It's probably on the top
Yeah.
of the pyramid, like we theorized.
Fylion did not finish Desert Palace. He didn't find the back of Desert. I don't think either of our runners finished
We've seen the backup desert.
Yeah.
I believe fylion had it, and I think he beat it. So he's going into this entrance right now.
Are we missing something?
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder that. Do the players know something that we don't? Because Ninban's setting up for a full clear on Swamp minus the big chest.
Yeah. Ninban forgetting it's a mystery, that does not surprise me. Ninban is set for a 7-7. That's what he's thinking. It's a 7-7 cross keys.
Fortunately for fylion, absolutely nothing at the Ganon Tower location. Starting from Link's house, will we see him enter the Dark World and go to the shopping mall?
Ninban does not play mystery, but he does play cross keys. So that's why it's probably a 7-7 cross keys for him. So can he finish Swamp Palace and Desert Palace? And then GT before fylion can find the big key to GT. Because fylion knows that's all he needs.
Oh, right. There's this connector here that fylion didn't take care of because he was in the middle of Turtle Rock. I don't think we've seen where this one goes either, so this will be new info. I'm trying to think of where it can go. The top of the castle, maybe? I don't think we've seen that.
Mire entrance?
Could be the Mire area. That would be big. Because that would also lead to the back of desert stuff. So
yeah, top of bumper, yeah.
If you're a fylion fan right now, you don't want to see that. That's a lot of stuff to do that doesn't need to be done. Okay, that's fine.
Desert, okay. He seems frustrated by this.
That's just like a slap in the face to find that location.
At least Ninban thinks he's in go mode because he's not checking any chests.
This is very peculiar.
I really think he's in this. That he thinks he's in the 7-7 cross keys. 7-7 cross keys with fast Ganon. I don't know what he's looking for though. Red Mail, you.
We're getting a hobo play from fylion. I was thinking maybe he's going to check Ice Palace.
I'm flabbergasted. Are we sure that these two aren't in the same room or something? Talking, saying, "Hey," Ninban saying to fylion, "Hey, so don't go to Dark Shopping Mall," and fylion saying, "Well, I think that you should be avoiding the pyramid. You don't need to know the goal."
I will fully admit that in a perfectly normal world, I could see this being a reality. Because that is absolutely an interaction that would happen. Not in a race setting. I know that they would never do that in a race setting, but that is absolutely their style.
Here comes another crystal in there. One more crystal, back of desert. Which
not only were the settings of this a complete mystery to us and to the runners, what the runners are doing at this point is also a mystery to us. So this is the pinnacle of mystery week races.
fylion finds Mattress Mart. It's a meta mystery race. I can't dispute that yet. I don't even know what fylion going.
I'm not sure myself, because Hookshot Cave's the only thing immediately down this way.
What does Hookshot Cave connect? Oh, he's dropping off the mushroom.
We have not seen the witch's hut.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Oh, this is so good for Ninban.
I see what Ninban's doing.
VP. After he does this, because he knows where Ganon is,
he'll read the goal and then be like, "Oh, I could have done this 2 crystals ago."
He might read the goal.
He might just drop it.
Might.
I think it's a pretty safe bet that 6 crystals is going to be fine.
I don't think he'll drop in, and I'm not even sure he'll read the goal.
Really? Why? Well, he hasn't seen the sign yet. So no, for all he knows,
because I'm assuming that he thinks it's a 7-7 cross keys. That's what I'm assuming.
I guess we'll find out. Fylion, unfortunately, still inching further and further away from that GT big. He sees that one.
Yeah.
He's happy it's a big key, and then he reads the text, and that's not the one that he wanted to see, because that's a... Actually, that's not even out of the way. Tower of Hera's right here. He's going to go check that big chest right now.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense.
It does.
Wait, he picked up the small key to Tower Hera. Will he do the basement?
He has already done that. Or maybe Ninban had
Oh yeah, no. Fylion has done the basement. He's just doing the upstairs, which means that Fylion doesn't know the Hera pot.
He did have some issue with it earlier.
Yeah,
But no, he beat Hera.
he beat Hera. So why isn't he doing the glitch?
I don't know. I got nothing for that one.
No, he hasn't beat Hera. There's 2 chests here, 3 left. I'm assuming he didn't do Hera, and he just did the basement. No? No, he just... Oh, wait. He just did the boss? And then check... Okay. Yeah.
Oh, right, because he opened this door when he was trying to Hera pod and never went down.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Ooh, Trinex in the 2nd place right here for...
Good thing we have that ice rod.
Yeah, Ice Rod was definitely required. Ice Rod was in quite a position. It was in the library, which happened to be in Mimic Cave, that you can only access through... what was it again?
It was through Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock, yes.
Turtle Rock
the
exits.
left side of Turtle Rock.
Oof. So basically just right on the other side of the normal bridge, like its normal location.
Yeah. What is with Fyon's tracker? Timer.
He's taunting me.
Oh. Oh, I see. So,
I will-
Fyon's citing you with the timer, Ninban's taunting you with his cursor. It's all about you, isn't it?
And altogether, it suddenly seems as if they colluded to do that against me or something.
Oh.
I appreciate it.
Does Fylion play much cross keys? I don't know. Ninban is a fan. I don't know how often he does it. I know he doesn't beat Lin and Lin.
Being that Fylion got the flippers late, significantly later than Ninban, anyway.
Yeah.
And the shopping mall being kind of... It's literally tucked away in a corner of the world.
I mean, the only ways to access it if you don't have the flippers is either by fake flippering near the Dark Witch hut or by walking on water. Like, I wouldn't bother current jumping for this, or even Ancilla, because you'd have to be left side. It just feels not worth it if you're not combining it with a bunch of other things. But yeah, here we go. He's bringing back the Smiths.
You know what's interesting about this is that the Smith location was the Light World Ice Rod area.
There's no way for him to get into the... Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
So this is going to force him into the shopping mall.
Yes, which will give him the GT Big Key, but it's a little too late.
Just a little bit. But it is finally putting him in the right direction, so Fylion should be set to finish this up relatively soon as well.
Use your bow, dude. Oh, he has 12 arrows. No, use your bow, dude.
You don't have silvers, yeah, use it. Wait, no, you have tempered. No, swing your sword.
If you're having trouble getting in front of him, use your bow.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not a very long platform.
Yeah.
So first step, drop off the smith, and then not get the item from the smith.
Mhm.
Rather get the wrong item from the smith. What do we have, though? Oh my, it's another big key.
Oh,
It's
God.
just taunting
The
him.
swamp. Do not go to swamp. Do not go to swamp.
Alright. Well, this is...
Yeah, he better check his dark chopping mall while he's here, right?
He'll breathe a sigh of relief.
Mhm.
Even if it's the last shopping mall entrance that he checks. That rock did not blow up in time. Meanwhile, Ninban just about set with Aga 2.
I really, really hope that he's not assuming that's a 7 crystal cross keys. And that at least he reads the hint. He might not drop in. He might not drop in. But at least read the sign. Here's the moment of truth. Here's the moment of truth for my teammate, Ninban, the French Canadian. Le Canadien Français.
And big key GT for fylion. He knows right away. Saving and quitting. He's going to go straight to the tower.
So, will ignorance save fylion? That's pretty much it. Will ignorance save fylion?
Well, he's
Here he is. He's
reading.
jumping over. Read the sign. Read the sign. Read the sign. Read it. Thank you. Oh my god. He was almost out of there. He's reading the sign. He's like, oh, I did 2 extra dungeons for no reason. Well. Here we go. Ninban at Ganon. God, I have so many words to say to Ninban after this.
What a wild ride, though.
It was. He gave me nearly 3 heart attacks. This is why I don't commentate my teammates' runs.
And yet you did for some reason.
And yet I did.
Well, I have enjoyed watching both of these runners go through this. It's
For sure. And they're not that far behind. Like, it's a GT climb away. That's it.
exactly GT climb away. Like fylion had that moon pearl considerably sooner than Ninban,
Oh my god, yes.
and didn't
But
have the freedom to go check the dark shopping mall, which is where the GT big key wound up. So
Well, that's only because he didn't have the flippers, which Ninban got out of logic, by the way.
that's true.
Mhm.
So each
Ninban-
runner had a piece of the puzzle that the other did not for some time, and
The adventurous, out of logic Ninban managed to snag away this.
Rywak,
Yes?
did you see that Silver's location?
What was it?
Near potions. For the
No,
one
that.
fylion just turned in.
Oh my. Did we find the potion shop?
We never found the potion shop.
Mire area!
Probably.
Probably.
So it all comes down to this: a fairly routine Ganon fight. Ninban's done this plenty of times. fylion climbing the tower. Exact same situation.
We're gonna see some triples here on Ninban's side for this. He's nearly done. Missed one there, but that's fine. Come on, one more, I think?
And
No.
there it is. So Ganon exploding, Ninban defeating the pig first. Feel free to get those GGs in chat. This was, like I said, this was quite the wild ride. A lot of fun to watch this race.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. But I have words.
You are allowed to have words with your
I-
team.
Ninban completes this race with a time of... Where is it? 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 29 seconds. GG's to Ninban, or in French, GG à Ninban. I don't know if he speaks English, so... I do. And here we are.
Have at it. Good luck, Ninban.
Ninban,
Hello.
you promised me! You promised me! At the beginning of the league, and just before this match, you promised me no mimic clip.
Well, turns out I practiced 15 minutes before the match, so and I found out that I could do pause buffers.
Yes, yes, I even told you about that last time. After you mimic clip for 13 minutes in the last league, I told you, you know, pause buffering would help you. And you're like, maybe. And then I said, Willard does it. I said, oh, okay, I will do it.
Ninban, GG's. This is what I've been dealing with for the last 2 hours. Hi.
I just been complaining about you mimic clip for 2 hours.
I work.
But yeah,
Yeah.
quite the
But
interesting.
it sounded hard when I heard people explaining it, and then I just thought, hey, maybe it's not hard.
But you did it.
Yeah.
You did it. I even timed it, you know. New record. 1 minute 33 seconds.
See, that was worth it.
That's like more than 10 times faster, so I commend you. Still not happy about it.
How happy were you about that almost go mode Moonpearl, though?
I was very unhappy because you took forever to check the goal. You almost left the pyramid without checking the goal. You jumped down and like, oh, maybe I should go check, and you went back and like, dude, you could have gotten this so much earlier. You could have finished half hour earlier.
Oh yeah, I like immediately after I got my Moonpearl, I almost went to get the GT big key.
Mm-hmm.
I just did explain its location.
Yeah.
And I could have just climbed GT right then.
No.
And
we were
then
trying to
worry about
explain
the
it.
goal.
We were trying to explain it. How about put it in your words? What was going through your mind after you got the GT big key?
I just totally forgot it was variable gold, so I completed as much crystals as I needed, and that was why I checked so much locations in the Dark World even after, because I wanted that desert back entrance, which I had not found yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I just totally forgot I could have needed less crystals than 7. And then I just thought, I did not even do GD because of variable goals. I did GT because I thought, hey, that will put me on top of Pyramid, that's 3 entrances, that's cool, I want to be there.
Well,
And then in the process, it just dawned on me that, yeah, I could just defeat Ganon right now.
Yep. But thankfully, you did check it because honestly, you did not have the time to look for that Desert Palace back entrance. Fylion was at the bottom of the gauntlet when you were finishing it. So,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. GG, dude. You deserve this win. This corrects everything about League Season 2 for you.
Good, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Of course, if you hadn't done the mimic. Anyway, so Fylin's over on Ganon right now. Easy peasy for him. I mean, he's already through phase 2. I don't know what this. I'm still flabbergasted about your performance, Ninban. It's like, I love that you won. I wish you won faster. It's like, this could have gone so badly, and yet it just wound up in your favor. You galaxy brained it, and I'm like so happy.
But I get its brain last locating the Moonpearl and getting everything out of logic as I could. And it was cool because it was accessible in the light world. Even though most of it was probably out of logic, I stopped caring about the logic, I think, 5 minutes in.
Yeah,
And,
well, that's actually a point that DT and I brought up. Is DT was doing DT prefers doing branching entrances. Like, okay, he goes into every entrance. He stays in logic. Fylion's been staying in logic. I prefer out of logic, like you've been doing. And it's like, honestly, like, it just proves that the French Canadians have an upper hand on anything that's River City random or, oh god, what was it? WWJB something.
That's not even in your league.
It's totally in my league. Well, it's on the open league, but
Don't worry, we'll be in your league. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I look forward to it.
Next season, this season, if the top 2 runners of every division of the Open League make it towards the next step in brackets, and will go against people from the Invitational.
And with that, I do want to point out a very, very patient low health phase 4 from Fylion. And well done. And GG's to my friend Fylion.
GG's friend Fylion, which I hope will join us.
GG's
now.
my friend Fylion.
GG's Fylion.
Hi.
Hi. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving a month late.
What? I guess Happy Canadian Thanksgiving a month late to you too, Rywek? Yeah, let's go with that.
I do want you to know, Fylion, I can read your timer perfectly. Like I see no issue with this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can read it perfectly fine too.
I read it perfectly fine too. It's over Ninban's.
Why is every conversation with you about time? I don't understand.
Oh, fylion.
We could talk about the race. We could talk about Ninban and I being silly together, but you're just always okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, we won't talk about Fylion's timer. Let's talk about Ninban and his mouse.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, it went wide a bit. I'm sorry.
Multiple times. Usually when you found a really weird item.
Yeah, I tried to control my mouse, but it gets excited.
Mm-hmm. It gets excited.
I don't know what's going on, guys.
But yeah, GG's to Fylion. How do you feel about this race?
You know, watching back the end through the delay there, I'm surprised Ninban took as long as he did, given that apparently he sequence broke the flippers. Hey, anyone, remind me where the flippers were.
Skullwoods.
Yep.
Yeah. And I made
Which
a
is
conscious
an easy
decision not to go sequence breaking that, or to mess around there early. Just because I thought the Moon Pearl would give me a lot of heck, and a lot of the Light World, or most of the items would be blocked. Would be before it, logically, which was correct.
Yeah, it was correct, but it's still a little surprising. A lot of cross keys players, when they find the mirrors so early at the back of the bar, they will take full advantage of doing Super Bunny as much as they can, and out of logic, do lots of Dark World.
I don't know if you guys were watching me fumble around in Hera. It took me 4 tries to get it once, and I just kind of said, not today. Other days I go for it, but I just wasn't feeling it today.
I mean, you seem to be able to get it, but you then left Hera before entering the Link state and checking the back chest.
Oh yeah, that was dumb. That's what it is. That's what it was.
Yeah.
No, because what happened was I went into the basement, I got hit, I lost my Super Bunny.
Yeah.
And then I didn't think, hey, I can just take a death and get Link State. I thought, oh god, I have to do the mirror trick again. And that just turned me off the whole thing.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah.
I also have a question for you that honestly I could have asked Ninban too. What took you both so long to go read the goal?
I do not think it took me long at all to go read the goal.
You decide you start from Link's house, you go to the Dark World, you head to the right, you mirror and finish Mire before you even go to the pyramid.
Yeah.
How is that?
Because the odds of it being a 2 crystal goal are infinitesimally small. So small as to not matter. I know I have to beat Mire because it's a crystal, so why not just do that first on my way?
Okay,
because I'm not coming back to Mire afterwards.
Mire giving you the 3rd crystal was just a 2% increase in your chances before reading the goal.
Right.
2%.
But then I was going north after that.
I still feel you could have read it.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy with my choices. I'm happy with the directions I went.
I did not even have pyramid access until 1 hour 48 minutes.
Yes, it took you a while to get your Moon Pearl, but you also decided, I'm going to do everything but the pyramid because everybody assumed that you thought it was a 7-7 cross keys.
Yeah, me too.
Including you.
There are no entrances at the pyramid. Why would I go there? I'm in entrance go mode.
True.
I want to find the desert back entrance.
I mean, sure.
But yeah, I was there after beating GT, so it was the best way to read the goal.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that much. No, I am totally disputing that. But yeah, GG's to you both. DT, do you have any questions for them?
I don't. I do want to say I had a lot of fun watching this, and between Ninban sequence breaks to get the flippers early, Fylion having the Moon Pearl quite a bit before, there was still, even if a lead or an advantage seemed to favor one runner or another at any point, there was plenty of room throughout this race over the last 40 minutes that it was able to flip-flop, and ultimately it did. And I had a lot of fun watching it because of that, because we were just not sure how it was going to play out until the last 10, 15 minutes or so. So thank you both. GG's to both of you. That is my...
I just want to kind of talk about the awful mental state I had for the last 30 minutes of the run.
Oh, no.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was really interesting from that perspective. So I did a dumb thing, which was not checking if the Ganon hole was open or not when I checked the pyramid. That, in my defense, I have no defense.
No, that's fine.
When
it comes to mystery, if you're not used to it.
Oh, come on, Rywak. You're going to give me heck for going and delaying a single dungeon before I check the pyramid, but it's fine that I forgot to check the Ganon hole. I don't know, man. Those one of those was
mystery mistakes are fine, but logic mistakes are bad.
fylion, I don't think the Ganon hole can be pre-opened in advance.
It is never pre-opened.
Yeah.
It is never pre-opened.
Oh, okay. Well,
you did good never checking it.
Yeah, it's never pre-opened.
No, that
actually it can technically be pre-opened if it's a check, but it wasn't part of the weights, so it could never pre-open.
Okay. But yeah, then it was just like, oh god, I have all the crystals I need to beat the game. I just need one Ganon's Tower big key. I've got, and at that point I was looking. So I keep a list of all the locations that have items.
Yes,
like Agina, Chicken Hut, all those things.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you were using Emo Tracker, right?
I use Excel.
You use Excel, okay.
My friend. Me too.
And
Ninban,
you use Big Dunka?
Yes.
And was that helpful, or do you also use an Excel?
No, the Dunka tracker is sufficient for me.
Okay. So go on, fylion, sorry.
Oh, it was just, it was this awkward situation I found myself in of like, I need one item. I haven't found Mini Moldorm Cave. I've found every dungeon. There are some single item entrances I haven't found. Do I look for entrances? Do I look for the single items in the overworld? And I ended up doing a weird mix just because I kind of moment to moment, it was like, where is this connector spitting me out? Oh, I'll take what I get here.
And then you just had like your slight delays, like when you would find like the myths, or I think you mentioned on the book, and it's like, how many other small things could you do?
Oh yeah, I almost chased down the book, but I was like, no, I got the smith. There's 3 entrances over at Dark Shopping Mall. I bet I'll find Mimic or Mini Moldorm Cave over there, and it had my last 3 big keys.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
I big keys there at the end.
I had every big key and every small key except 1 from Skullwoods.
Oh my.
Because I kept tracking those even after I had beaten the dungeons.
All right. Well, I think we're actually getting the sign that we should be closing this up. This is the last race tonight of the Open League, for sure. We are looking at the schedule for tomorrow's league races. Next one starting up at 2:10 p.m. So stay tuned for that. We've got 3 different races. We don't know which one will be restreamed, if any at all, but you should be looking out for those. We've got Jedoman versus Marty. We've got Top Life versus Cool Papa Bell, and we've got Lumaga versus Nephisto. So those are races you will want to check out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to our racers. We've got fylion and Ninban. You should follow them. I don't know if we have commands here, but we do. So follow our racers, Ninban and fylion. Follow our commentary team and our tracking team. Thank you so much in the name of DT and Sokol for accompanying me tonight. You guys are great.
Great watching this race. Thanks to everyone involved. Have a good night.
And any last words from our racers, Ninban?
Happy Thanksgiving, fellow Americans.
And fylion?
That.
So that is exactly how he's going to finish it. I was Rywak. My name is Rywak. Hi, I'm Rywak. We are tuning out tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I do have to say before we tune out, Ninban took 1 minute and 33 seconds to do a Mimic glitch tonight, and fylion only took 37 seconds. Ninban, get good. And thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the ALTTPR League. Good night, everybody.